Welcome back, Towners. Today we're going to make some Western style ribs in the air fryer. Let's get it. Alright guys, start off this recipe here. We have our Western style ribs. We went ahead and seasoned these up with some of our Cajun Blackening seasoning and a mixture of curry powder seasoning. But we just went ahead and just combined both of those two together to mix them up. Sprinkling the curry powder on them first and then hitting them up with some of our Cajun Blackening seasoning. Now we went ahead and rubbed the seasoning mixture all throughout the meat. We could have used a little bit of olive oil to help the seasoning set and coat the meat. But didn't want to do that. This meat had a lot of fat on it. Well, not a lot, but a good amount of fat on it. You can see on that one piece there on the right side that it's there's a large amount of fat coated on the back side of the meat on all of them. So I didn't cut that off or anything. I just left it on because these are going to be cooking in the air fryer, and the air fryer has some slots on the bottom of it, so all of the fat can just render down throughout the meat to the bottom, so that it doesn't soak or sit in the meat while it's cooking. You see those little holes in the bottom of the bowl there? All the juice will drop down to the bottom and the meat won't have to sit in its juices, so it'll create a nice crust on the meat. I went ahead and put 3 of the Western style ribs in the basket at once. We could have put all of them in at one time, but we didn't do that. We could have put in the metal basket and put the other 3 on top of that, but we didn't do that because I would have had to continuously take them out and flip them over and do that while I was cooking them. And I didn't feel like doing that because I've burned my knuckles and fingers multiple times messing around with that wire basket. So we just did 3 at a time. Put them in the air fryer at air fryer mode, which is set it automatically at 390 degrees, and set it for 20 minutes and let it go. Here we are at the 13-minute mark. I wanted to flip them at the halfway mark, which would have been 10 minutes, but let time get away from me. So I cooked it at the 13-minute mark, put it back in, and just let them continue to cook. It's perfectly fine if you let them cook on one side for a lot longer than the other, because the air fryer circulates air all throughout the whole basket, so it's going to cook all over on all sides continuously. So it doesn't really matter. It's just that whichever side is facing up, that side might burn. I mean, not burn, but that side might brown up a bit faster than the rest of them. But you'll be perfectly fine in doing so. Here we are with the second set of Western style ribs, and put those in the basket. And same thing, set that for air fryer mode, which is 390. And set it for 20 minutes and let it go. This time we were able to catch it at the 10-minute mark and flip them at that time. If you wanted to, you could definitely cook these at a different temperature. You can cook it at 350, let it go a little longer maybe at 25 minutes. You could also cook it higher at 425 and let it go for maybe about 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes. The crust on those will just brown up a bit faster. If you cooked it at 425 or so, you may have to continuously flip them just so that one side doesn't brown up too much. But went ahead and just did the same thing. Let this go for 20 minutes, flipping it halfway. And this is how our Western style ribs look after the time frame was up. Go ahead and take them out of the basket. And here's a close-up of how they looked coming out. Nice crust on the ribs. And just went ahead and just removed all the rest of them from the basket. Now here we are with our taste test. We have about 2 of the ribs on the plate. Went ahead and cut one open. Let you see a close-up of it. It's not going to zoom in, so you got to look at my eyes for a few seconds. All right, here we go. We got a close-up of it. You can see the ribs remain juicy. Nice color, nice browning of the seasoning, a nice dry rub on there. Once these came out of the air fryer, we did go ahead and the first 3, when they came out, we just wrapped them in some foil paper while the rest of them cooked, so those got to rest a lot longer. But the second set that came out, the second 3, we did wrap those in foil as well and let those rest for at least 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes to let the juices reconstitute, so that all the juice doesn't just fall out of the meat once you cut it open. But these ribs, Western style ribs are country ribs, country style ribs. They're both pretty much the same thing. They are pork ribs, and they basically don't have that much bones on them. They have a small, some of them, depending on how it's cut, some of them have a small little bone running along the middle of them or on the backside, but they're pretty much boneless on these, so it's a lot of meat on these, and very flavorful and juicy. Here's another last close-up of the meat. The curry powder and blackening seasoning work great. Nice combination. Not a normal combination that you would normally use, but just mixing seasonings together gives you different combinations, different taste. And these two together work very well. Nice sweetness from the coriander added in the curry seasoning, and the spiciness from the crushed red peppers and cayenne pepper in there. The only thing different that I would possibly do on these is, if you wanted to, you could add some barbecue sauce to them and let them cook in the air fryer for like the last minute to get a nice coating of that. But besides that, they're perfectly fine. They're good with the dry rub on there. Nice crust, nice flavor on them. If you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to hit us up in the comment section below. Hope you guys try these air fryer ribs out. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy, and please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey Towners, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. All ingredients and directions are listed in the description box below each video. And as always, thank you guys for watching.